This tutorial is on vector resolution, which is breaking a vector into its components, its horizontal and vertical components. Here we have a vector of Ryan Sullivan driving his car 10 miles in the direction of 25 degrees north of west. So if I draw a west direction, I want to go 25 degrees north of that, and that is 10 miles long. So that is the magnitude, and the angle is 25 degrees. Now they ask how far north is Ryan from his original position. So north would be this component. We call them components. I'll call that the y, because it's a distance and it's also in the vertical direction. And they ask how far west is Ryan from his initial position. So that is an x, being horizontal. So this is simply a trig problem here where we use SOHCAHTOA. We know the hypotenuse, and to find out how far north Ryan is from his original position, we're looking for y. And so we are looking for the opposite side, the side opposite of the angle. And we know the hypotenuse. So we see that the only one in which we know two of them is the sine. So to find out how far north, we're going to use sine. And the sine of our angle, which is 25 degrees, is equal to the opposite, which is y, over the hypotenuse, which is 10 miles. So we solve for y by multiplying each side by 10. And we get that y is 4.23 miles. And that is north of where he started. To get the distance in the westerly direction, we are going to find out the x. And so if we write our SOHCAHTOA again, x is the adjacent side, so it's either cosine or tangent. And again, we know the hypotenuse, so the one in which we know two of the three, two of them is the cosine. So to solve for the x, or how far west Ryan is from his initial position, we're going to use the cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. To solve for x, we multiply each side by 10. And we get x is 9.06 miles west of where he started. So those are two answers, which we call components of the original vector.